Nowadays, people always say, yeah, keep the environment clean and safe. Use recycling and don't throw garbage on the side of the road. But you drive to the next door and all you find is garbage all over the road. And you can't even count it with two hands. And it doesn't end there. It's a never-ending cycle that eventually destroys our environment. The world's population is constantly growing, and so are demands being placed on the environment. There is accelerated use of natural resources, increased production, spreading urbanization, and the result is more waste and pollution. Environment Canada works with businesses, industries, and organizations to manage and reduce this waste. But seriously, does it work? Does the work even pay off? Human activities constantly increase pollution, and harmful substances are released into the atmosphere, having a huge impact on human health, like heart attack, cancer, and asthma. Department scientists strive to gain a better understanding of how we are affecting the environment, but how long will they take? Years? Decades? What is going to happen until then? Waste generally refers to the material that has no further use and which is managed at recycling, processing, and disposal sites. At least you think so, but no, you still find it everywhere. And the responsibility for managing waste is shared among the federal, provincial, territorial, and municipal governments. There are pollutants, the most visible effects of human occupation on Earth, and they are always harming health and environment. There are some chemicals such as mercury that occur naturally, but as we all know, that most of the chemicals in our atmosphere are man-made. The big question is, what can you do to reduce waste? Reducing the amount of waste is by far the most effective way to reduce the flow of garbage. So we have to incorporate the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. But this is easier said than done, obviously. Minimizing and avoiding the creation of pollutants and waste can be more effective in protecting the environment than treating them and even cleaning up after it's been created anyways. This is called pollution prevention. This is needed to secure a safe and healthy environment. So let's see how pollution affects the air we breathe. Because air is free, it's all around us, and we cannot live without it. But we take it for granted and continue to pollute it with airborne chemicals, particulate matter, and biological materials that have a negative impact.
There is carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, and ground-level ozone, etc. According to recent studies, 5.5% of cardiopulmonary deaths, which are heart and lung deaths, lead back to ground-level ozone exposure, increasing from waste on the ground. Also the combustion of fossil fuels. It contributes to the greenhouse effect that causes climate change. There's industrial emission, coal and gas-fired power plants, vehicle emission, and burned wood, etc. So to save the environment, take alternative transportation and conserve energy. We only have one Earth, so it doesn't matter if it's the garbage on the ground or in the air. We need to stop polluting it. Also suffers from pollution, meaning plants suffer, meaning our planet suffers extremely. And here again, the main reason for it is man-made waste, laying around everywhere. Chemicals then enter the soil, leading to pollution and death of many plants and animals. Industrial activity is a big contributor as well, like mining and manufacturing. Then there are agricultural activities where pesticides and chemicals and fertilizers are used that are full of chemicals, entering the soil causing pollution. Then there's also the good old waste disposal, and then disasters like accidental oil spills happen. Then there's also acid rain, where chemicals mix with rain in the air, and the resulting acid rain enters the soil, causing this change of its structure. Pollution has many effects on the environment and also on us. Our health is being threatened, growth of plants decreases, as well as their soil fertility, and there's changes in the soil structure. Moreover, there's toxic dust in the atmosphere, and the greenhouse gases increases, which cause global warming. Of course, there are a number of ways suggested to decrease the rate of pollution, but such attempts to clean the environment require plenty of time and resources. Yes, organic methods of farming are being supported, and plants are used to remove soil pollutants. However, the road ahead is long, and prevention of pollution will take tons of years, and humans have caused so much damage, it's almost impossible to fix. This is the cycle of life. You can see that everything that happens in our environment affects another thing. From the sun, UV rays enter the atmosphere, and if you're exposed to them for too long, you can get skin cancer. Then there's also cars, for example, or industries, where chemicals and gases enter the atmosphere, so lots of CO2 is in our air. And then trees, for example, which are a carbon sink, take in that CO2, but because we cut down many of those trees every day, we have more CO2 around in the atmosphere, which is not a really good exposure for humans or any other kind of animals or plants. Then there's also, through the trees, which take in the CO2 CO2 also enters the ground, and it can also go into the water, polluting it. And then again, there's waste thrown out on the side of the road, and chemicals from this waste enter the soil as well. And then plants, again, take in those chemicals through their roots and their water, and of course they die off if they are exposed to it for too long. And then, for example, there's also the greenhouse effects in the air that cause global warming, which then causes the ice to melt and many animals, like for example polar bears, die. So everything has an impact on another thing, and it's important that we save the environment and stop it.
Remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle. This was a video by
Tiffany
and
Marie Schultz. Thank you.